Hi guys, Michael here from Sport Auckland. I'm going to be taking you through the Huff and Puff workout today. So today's workout begins with a little bit of a warm-up as per usual. That's going to be for 3 to 5 minutes, and it really depends on what you want to do for your warm-up. It doesn't matter too much. Some options are you can be walking on the spot, or you can actually go for a walk around the entire house. But it's essentially just moving, getting nice and warm, getting ready for our exercise. As we suggested in the last workout, you could potentially go and be helpful and grab a vacuum cleaner and start cleaning some of the house. But 3 to 5 minutes is the target that we're looking for there. So to get your heart rate up and potentially to get a light sweat on before we start moving into the rest of the workout. Okay, so stage 2 of the workout are what we call knee lifts. So knee lifts are essentially exactly that, lifting the knee up nice and high. So we're trying to get the knees to the level of the hip or even higher. Okay, so we can put our hands out the front here, and that's a gauge as to how high we need to be getting. So if we turn side on, that's probably our beginner's level there. If we take them up a little bit higher, it's sort of our more intermediate or advanced. If you want to go a step further, we can bring the elbows in as well. So we can try and get the elbow across to the knee. Okay, so those are our high knees, up to that elbow. Okay, that's our advanced option. 20 to 30 repetitions is our target. Remember, when you're starting out, if you don't hit the 20 to 30, don't worry, as long as we're moving, progressing from week to week, we're making some progress. Okay, exercise number 3 we're moving on to is the sideways step. So we're using the hips, we're using the thighs, and we're using the glutes as well. So we're moving ourselves in a lateral line across. So we're going to go 1, 2, feet together, 1, 2, 3, feet together, 1, 2, 3, feet together, 1, 2, 3, touch. If you want to make it harder, you can get yourself down a bit lower. It makes those legs work a little bit more. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, exercise number 4, once again, is targeting those legs, because those legs are the big muscle groups. You can burn a lot of energy using the legs. So we've got a chair here. You can use a lower step if you have one, or anything that is, a reasonable step up. So we're going here into step ups, and what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 repetitions leading with one leg, and then we'll have a short rest, and then we'll do 10 repetitions off the other leg. So starting out, we're going to put our foot up on top of the step or on top of the chair or the bench and push ourselves up. And we can bring this knee through and then come back down to the ground. So here, up, bring the knee through, step back down. Your other option as well, if you find it easier, is to keep that foot on the chair or on the bench or on the step, and you can have your hand on the chair to support yourself. So you can use the chair to push up and back down. Keep your foot on the chair, step up and come back down. Okay, so the objective is 10 on one side, and then we'll do 10 to the other side. Okay, so same thing. If you want to do that advanced option, that is to pull the knee through to here, step all the way down. Pull the knee through. So when we're coming up with that leg, we're going to match it with the other arm here. Then we come back down. Opposites, opposites. Okay, exercise number 5 are toe taps. So our toe tap exercises is helping to engage those lower abdominals. So we're in a seated position on a chair, nice and upright, shoulders are back, and essentially we're just lifting one leg and then we're pushing it across to the other side of the body. Trying to keep the hips nice and square. So we're trying not to move sideways and sideways, but where we are, we're trying to brace those abdominals and using those lower abdominals to stabilize those hips. So our target here can be anything from 10 repetitions up to 30. The key thing is to keep those hips as square as possible. Okay, so exercise number 6 are toe taps from a standing position using the chair. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is we're lifting that leg, alternating which side we're lifting. Try and stay nice and upright in the body, try not to lean forward. Okay, nice high through the chest. Really good for our balance, helping to strengthen those hip muscles, the thighs. It also engages our core as well because we're lifting and balancing on one leg. Okay, exercise number 7 are heel digs. So heel digs are another leg-based exercise. Essentially, we're bending both knees and we're just putting one in front of the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing a half squat. Both knees are bent the whole time, so as we move through that exercise, we're going to aim to do 20 repetitions on one side, and then we'll change it up to do 20 repetitions on the other side. So I can already feel that my quadriceps are working here. Okay, when we get to 20, we change across the legs. Exactly the same thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, up to 20. Okay, so that leg's doing the work, feel it in the quads, and we can feel it in the balancing muscles as well through the glutes. Also gives you a really nice stretch down through the calves, so halfway down from the calves to those ankles. It's a really effective stretch for you as well. 20 reps on each side. Exercise number 8, we're using a chair. These are called tap backs. So we have our hands on the chair. We want to squeeze our abdominal muscles nice and tight, so we're using the core, and we're essentially pushing that foot back. Tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what muscle groups are we using here? Because we're pushing backwards, we're using the glutes and the hamstrings and a little bit of lower back. And we're also using those abdominals to balance ourselves in that position. So our target here is 20 to 30 repetitions, those tap backs. Okay, exercise number 9 are called pretend jumps. Essentially we're doing a half squat and then we're going into a reaching position as if we were to actually jump, but we're not jumping. So half squat, reach. Half squat, reach. Down and up. If you want to jump, you can jump. If you've got the energy, happy days. If you are going to jump, land softly. Okay, so this the focus of this exercise is to use those calf muscles down the back here. We're also using the quads as well. Because we're reaching overhead, we're also getting those shoulders involved in the workout. Okay, half squat overhead, as if you were to go and jump. We're going to move into 2 to 3 minutes of a walk around the house or something that is active, which keeps us moving for that entire length of time. So it's a cardio based activity that is steady state. So we're just doing it for that period of time without any breaks. So if you've got the vacuum cleaner and you need to do some more cleaning, go and find that. If you've got a pathway around your house, you can even go out into the backyard, go for a walk. If you've got a super quick block walk that you want to do around the area, you can go and do that. Come back and then we'll jump into the next part. Okay, so once you've done your 2 to 3 minutes of cardio-based activity, whether that was a walk or whether your house is looking spotless now, we're going to go into our final activity, exercise number 12. It is an overhead reach. So it's very similar to the pretend jump. So we touch the knees, touch the shoulders, overhead. Back to the shoulders, back to the knees. Shoulders, shoulders, knees. There's no toes involved in this one. And overhead. Good. So we're actually getting a really good range of motion. We're getting a half squat involved. And we're also just getting that heart rate up. Because anything that combines the legs and the arms is going to lift that heart rate nice and high for us. Okay, and obviously if you want to, you can speed it up. Cool. So that's our activity for the day. Work your way through the 12 stations. Remember there's that warm up at the start and then that 2 to 3 minute cardio block towards the end. We also want to encourage stretching as well. So stretching out those major muscle groups, hip flexors, those quads, the calves. Nice easy one to stretch out for the calves. Nice long calf stretch here. Okay, take your time, holding each stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. It's a nice long calf stretch for us. And then we can also finish with some shoulder stretches as well, across the body. So these are our key things, shoulders today, and we also worked through some glutes, quads, calves.